Hello.
Hello, how's it going there?
Good. How's it going there?
Oh man, it's a wild one. I think it might be about 90 degrees today.
Yes, well, we are in different states and we have the same temperature. Amazing. And
Woo.
I say we are in different states because we are two guys, two states. We laugh, we chat, we make memories. And that is the name of our podcast with Daryl.
And Galen, and we're having a great time already. I mean, we're
Yes,
less than a minute into this, and it's just already, it's not my funnest day ever, but it's close.
like the song says, best day ever.
Oh man.
So, well,
Uh,
welcome everybody. We thank you for tuning in. As I said, my name is Daryl, and I live in upstate New York area. And we decided that we talk so much that hey, let's just see if the world would catch on to some of our conversations because a lot of the things we talk about are just basically everyday life stuff.
yep. Yep. We just have interesting talks. We think some other people may be able to relate and want to uh, share our lives at a certain level. And here we are. We're doing it. We're just going to put some stuff out there and see if it sticks.
Every time I hear the word stuff, I think of
Yeah.
the old Beat the Clock. Or no, the Gong
Oh.
Show. The Gong Show. If ever,
Oh.
hey, I'll be back with Chuck something. I'll be back with more stuff. Right? But anyway, we'll probably have to delete that.
Oh no. I think mostly we're going to keep stuff. We will edit. I just want people to rest assured that we know how to edit if we need to. But mostly we're amazing enough that we're going to be fine because that's how we laugh, chat, and make memories.
Yeah,
So,
that's exactly right. And hopefully you'll be along for the ride and maybe we'll make a connection and something that will be connected by what we say or, something experience that you'll be able to associate with. So that's really
yes.
cool. So I guess without any further ado, I will introduce myself. My name is Daryl, and like I said before, I'm from the upstate New York area. I've pretty much lived here my entire life, with the exception of a couple of times where I worked or I went to Greenville College in Southern Illinois. At that time, I was living there in the Midwest. And then from there, I actually went to Florida where I got a job at Walt Disney World in the Magic Kingdom. Best job I ever had. I should say it was the most fun, but I guess even in everyday life I act up, so why not get paid for it? So yeah, I like I said, I was raised here in upstate New York, and my brother not too long ago said something to me because I said to him was like, I really want to get out there and do something with my life, even in my 50s, because that's where I'm at now. And he basically says, you are, aren't you? Because I've dabbled in acting and, voiceovers and puppetry and now a podcast. And I've been in a music group and all kinds of entertainment type things like that. I've auditioned for, plays. I've actually got a couple of things coming up. And when I said that, it kind of just made me think a little bit because he's like, well, you do kind of do what you want to do. Even though it's funny how we have a different perspective on what people say. So
Yes.
even right there, it was pretty good. So yeah, so I do kind of step out. I am busy. People that know me, I do a lot of things, even if it's just work related, whatever it takes to get things done. Got to go to work, got to have a paycheck. My kids are older now. Most of them are gone. I do have my 21-year-old still here when she wants to be. So, like I said, I went to school at Greenville College, and that's where I actually met you for the first time back in 1988, I believe. My goodness, a little bit more
Wow.
about me, I guess. 1988, that's kind of scary.
That's a whole century, a different century.
So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I just done a lot of things in the area and traveled with a lot of school groups. And then I actually remember coming back. I came back to New York because I wanted, three different things. I had class in New York City for training of voiceover cartoon animation type stuff. My mother's 50th birthday was at that time. And the third reason, I don't really remember why I came back. I think I just wanted a refresher and then I was going to head back to the States somewhere. But at that point, I met my wife. So, we got married, we had a family, and then, well, she got into law enforcement, and, it was an interesting time on both
Ah,
areas. But I just say all that because, your lives change, and you have ideas and things change, and sometimes I believe that God opens doors for you differently than what maybe we had planned. And
hmm.
so or I decided to work at the post office, and I've been there for 30 years now. So the final frontier.
Oh man.
It might be coming to an end soon, but I at least, most people when they retire, they have to finding more work somewhere because they always want to do something or have a little bit of more money coming in because it's very difficult to live nowadays, in my opinion. But I say that because maybe this is it here. Maybe it's a voiceover career or some kind of entertainment, more acting gigs or more music something or cartoons, puppetry. I don't know. But, I like what I do. Like it does take a lot of time. I like to continue, and if I do have retirement time, I say it laughingly because I had this feeling that any free time is going to be taken by, grandkids, kids, or just things that I put my hands to. That's me, kind of, in a nutshell. I'm sure I could give you all kinds of other stories, continue that way, but, we'll just piece them in a little at a time as we continue to share our stories with you and with each other. Hey, you know what? We'll chat, we'll laugh, and hopefully we'll make memories with you all out there in internet land as well.
Cool. Yes. I love it. I just love the opportunity. I'm really thankful for a situation to be able to talk to you on a regular basis, and then once in a while we hit the record button and look what we come up with. We come up with a podcast like this, so it's cool.
It
I,
really is.
yeah, it really is. I'm on the opposite side of the country. We're both in the north, but I'm way out in Washington State and kind of out in the middle of a potato field, almost literally, which is great. If you're eating Lay's potato chips or French fries at your favorite fast food restaurant, very possibly that came from my backyard almost literally. It's less than a mile before the potato fields start from my house. But anyway, it's kind of fun to have that right here this close. We've been having like hopeful and humorous and interesting talks with each other, and we just said, hey, let's start sharing this. And so here we go. And who I am is dad of one 14-year old, and he's an amazing kid going into high school. Sports, music, a lot of stuff going on. I mean, keeps us really hopping. Been married to a lady that I met at Greenville College when about the same time I met Daryl. Met you, man. Wow.
Hmm.
And then here we are, all these years later. It's been good. Mostly good. I mean, some real low days and some real high days, and mostly just in the middle, which I think is real life. Real life is the middle ground. You know, we don't get to
Yeah.
we don't get to be at Disneyland every day, unfortunately, or Disney World in your case. But we don't have to go to the bottom of the ocean every day either, or live in a mud puddle somewhere. Thankfully, thanks be to God. I mean, He just really is blessing our lives and is faithful, and I'm really thankful. So, yeah, one of the thoughts we had for this. Oh, let's see. So I've been doing a bunch of different jobs. I've lived in quite a few different places. California, Idaho is where I'm from originally, a different potato field than the central part of Washington. And my parents both came from farm families. So we'll have stories, different stories of different things from our childhood, different past memories and stuff, and experiences around the whole country. I mean, we both traveled, I think, coast to coast, and maybe not every state quite, but we've hit a lot of places and eaten meals and laughed with people and sang, did drama, theater, all that stuff has been coast to coast, I think, for both of us. So, yeah, yeah, it's good. And now here we are on opposite ends, and I know Daryl's on the banks of the Hudson River, and I'm on the banks of the Columbia River. So, a couple of really cool and famous lake or rivers, both of them for different reasons.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of the one joke there. Why did the guy put his money in the river? Oh, I just blew that joke. Forget it. Forget
I
I
think
said
you did,
anything.
but you know what? It has to do with banks, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a riverbank. Why?
It's better the
Oh
way
my
you told it just
goodness.
now. That's actually better. Oh,
Ah, he got some interest from a little bit of mud.
yes, pretty funny. Oh
So,
man.
man, I hate when you spoil a joke.
Oh, I
It's like
I
the old
almost
Rodney Dangerfield.
yeah.
I get no respect.
That's right. I almost have to write them down. I'm a situational comedy guy where the situation is there, I can do comedy, but if it's a word for word joke, I kind of have to have it written down. I just can't.
Yeah, I
Uh,
like to consider myself a professional goofball.
yes.
I
Well,
am. I
and I
am
think
just goofy.
yeah, and I think I've seen your card. It's an official card carrying member of the Goofballs. And, it's something that I just can't see myself ever doing because I'm already in too many other clown
Really.
situations. Yeah. Oh,
Uh, yep, yep, this is true. I
did you ever
believe it.
work as a mime? I can't see either one of us working as a mime.
I have not.
We
I've been
need,
asked if I did, or even clowning, but
oh,
no.
I have been a clown before, but I gotta say stuff. I can't, you might imagine that could be why we're doing a podcast that neither one of us can stay quiet very long.
You know, well, it's kind of true because the Walt Disney is where I kind of started with the acting in a costume.
Hmm.
Pluto, Brer Fox, Eeyore were my three main VIP characters. But since then, I have done other characters, even as early as last year at the Santa's Magical Express. They had different characters there, and I've been in costumes before at different functions, and I have to be quiet.
Yeah.
You animate through your acting or through your motions and things like that.
Well, that
Quite
makes,
interesting.
yeah, yeah. It makes me think that, of the two of us, you seem a little more planned, like you want things organized and laid out. I just
I
wing it and hope for the best.
Yeah, but I kind of do that. Although I do, like I said, I did puppets. I like that. I like the outline of something. I gotta kind of know what's my framework. But I have a character named Bedhead, and very popular around here in my circles. And he is totally animated, totally off the cuff. There's no planning with him whatsoever. It's like when Bedhead comes out, Daryl is gone.
And
And
everybody else, look out. Ah.
yeah, pretty much.
Bedhead
So
comes out, look out, and Daryl is gone. That could be a
pretty
different
much.
podcast. We interview Bedhead.
Maybe
I would be open to that, definitely.
I could write him a letter or send him a text.
Yes.
Is there such a thing as writing a letter anymore nowadays?
I don't know. I mean, of course, a postal worker, you want us to keep buying stamps, I'm sure.
That would be nice.
We got to pay for your retirement. Ah,
This is all good. So
good stuff. Well, I don't know, did we talk about siblings? I have one sister that I grew up with, but I do have some other ones. And one of my parents, my dad, gone around and started a bunch of families across the country.
hmm.
So I'm sure I have some other people out there, but I don't know who they are. Maybe I'll find them one of these days.
Yeah, that could be an interesting development, research, investigation.
There we go.
I have one brother, one sister. We're all in our 50s, and we live in close proximity, maybe 30 minutes away from each other. Two uncles living on my father's side, and that is pretty much it. My family has dwindled down quite a bit.
That's interesting, really. I mean, some people you run into, yeah, I've got a couple of family members and that's it. And then the very next person is like, well, my grandma has 13 grandkids and 42 great grandkids. You're just like,
Yeah, right.
whoa,
And
how do you guys do this?
how
Mm.
ironic, I just literally got a text 10 minutes ago from my one uncle stating that they're planning a family reunion. It's been squashed since COVID, and they're actually starting one up August 17th
Cool.
of this year. So that's kind of unique that we just talked about that because my family has really dwindled down. But we do have the cousins and a lot of my uncle's cousins and stuff. There's still quite a few around, but the families are younger, and I don't know if they attend these kinds of things as much. Just the
Yeah.
way of life has changed a lot, in my opinion.
Well, and then, some of these characters keep going out there and having kids, and then kids have kids, and it just it's the humanity of it all.
Hmm.
Oh, the humanity is what I think I've is a famous quote.
Hmm.
I don't know. The more I know people, the more I like my dog. But anyway, oh,
Exactly right.
hey, so
So,
yeah, what
well,
do you have?
no,
Any
you go
thoughts?
ahead.
Oh, well, we have some ideas of things we might talk about and we might not too. I mean, we definitely have experienced life. We both stay really busy. I know we both serve in our communities, food bank, soup kitchens, uh, houses of faith, for our journeys and our families and neighbors and all the things that we get involved in. And it's just so we're busy, and that's a great place to be able to share our lives like this. I think is okay, what's happening? What is the big thing of this week or this last couple months? Or is there a theme kind of going on in your life of, man, why do I keep running into these kinds of situations or these kinds of people? So, um,
Yeah, and we're
mm,
here to just share, and no, I mean, we're not going to give you some big giant answer that's going to make everything better. We're just here to share, maybe because you can relate.
yeah.
People out there can relate and continue on with, hey, you know what? Maybe what I'm dealing with isn't so bad, or I just want to listen to these guys because it's funny, something of that. I know we talked about, well, what are we going to talk about? A lot of the times we end up just talking because when we're saying things, it sparks a memory, and then we bring that memory, into voice. But if we want to have a plan, just different things of growing up. I remember life on the farm.
Hmm.
It was a whole new way, a whole different way of living.
Yeah.
Just think like pet peeves, why, or what they are and why do they bother us so badly?
Oh,
Or why do we let others dictate what we do in a lot of ways? Our
oh,
favorite candies of the penny candy. Remember those or ice cream flavors? Just
yeah.
different topics, just things, what we like to do, what we don't like to do, what we have to do.
Some of our travels,
What
some of
have
the
we
places
seen? Where
we've
have we
been.
been?
Yeah.
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
And
And jobs we've had, which is what you just said. What have we had to do? And you've got to pay bills. You've got to live life, like that. So it's like, okay, now I will go out and get any kind of a job just to pay this bill right now. And then I'll figure it out later where I really want to end up, maybe. I've done a bundle of things, and I know you have too. So, um, yeah, it's good stuff.
yeah,
All kinds of good when and where we met. I know we're going to cover some stuff like that. Some of the sports that we've been interested in our lives, or maybe even played some of them. I've never played. Let's see, what's a sport I've never done? I've never played cricket yet, but that is a good topic because I got some ideas about that for the podcast. Even though I'm in you know, rural America. it's a different day and time than 100 years ago or 50 years ago. And so I got a cricket idea to be continued.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Galen,
Hey.
why don't we call this a wrap, and we'll have them tune in next time
Yes.
for our second podcast, and then we can just continue, and hopefully we'll spark an interest.
Yes. I love it. Love that idea. And I want to remind you and everybody that's listening, you're amazing. Don't forget it.
Sounds like a plan.